Yo, Top Billin, your boy is back, Jets Nation. Right on time, right? It's like money, baby. It's always on time. So your boy here, Top Billin, talking about the free agency signings. Last time you saw me talking about Corey Davis, because I don't think anybody watched the Keelan Cole stuff. So make sure you're subscribed first and foremost, and make sure you support quality content so you can keep your boy around right here, because I got a ton to offer. Nobody does it better. All right? So, man, Sheldon Rankins, Jared Davis, all kinds of really name brand type cats that we've seen, or college stars, maybe guys that have something to prove on the next level, being able to get these guys under a quality contract, being able to get them under quality coaching from Robert Saleh. If we're talking about the defensive side of the ball, right? So got a little bit of a departure here, not talking about offense for the first time. I know you guys want to talk about the QB. I love doing the Corey Davis stuff, and we'll definitely concentrate on that. Definitely huge in New York, but let's get real here. This is a defensive program under head coach Robert Saleh, and having that shaped in the way that he wants it, to me, it's going to be worth its weight in gold. We know they're coming from that Seattle tree, that deep third coverage, having multiplistic approach, being able to work through quarters coverage. Sometimes oscillating from cover one, right, man free. So being able to do a lot of different things like that, but it's going to have to be done from something really quality up front. So the signing of Carl Lawson is a major step, along with a guy like Sheldon Rankins, and it sets up the draft where you can really see what they can hone on in the draft by what they're signing in free agency. That's why I love the free agency being before the draft. It really gives you clarification on that. But, man, if we look at this right here, look at this look at this San Francisco here, how they were set up. You have a guy like Carl Lawson, you're usually probably going to play him to the strength of the formation. You allow him to go against tight ends, right? He's on the close side of the formation going against tight ends a lot. But you get to see him play in a ton of space. Nick Bosa and these guys, man, they were lined up a lot of times past the nines, right? Lining up at a wide nine, playing in that much space, reduce them in, have them hold up in base against the run. You can see here they're going to morph, look like it was going to be a 3-4. Now it's pretty much 4-3 under. And you can see him holding up the edge right there, working against tight end. This is the exact position I expect your boy Carl Lawson to play. He's not too dissimilar either from a guy like Nick Bosa we see coming right here on the sack. Look at that. This a big athlete, 6'4", 266 pounds, I believe. Carl Lawson, 6'2", 265 pounds. Getting around the edge right there, playing in a ton of space. So that's what you got to look at. Look at that. Look how much space that is from the tackle. Definitely lined up in the nines right here. You even have a bump out in a guy like D4, so being able to concentrate on somebody like that in the draft, who could that be? A guy that can play off from a motorcycle stance. Both these guys play from a motorcycle stance if they can alternate between even and odd front. Having a nice base end like an Eric Armstead, right? Guys like a DeForest Buckner, guys with length on the inside. There are guys like that available in the draft. There are still some guys like that available in free agency, so no telling what comes with that. But you can see right here, man, it's definitely a great defensive scheme. Definitely got to take advantage of athleticism like that. So I'm going to get to a little bit of a Carl Lawson film study right here. We can see what he brings to the table. I've known this kid for a long time here in the state of Georgia. He is the absolute goods. Was it good in college? Is the goods in the pros, right, with what he has to offer as far as what they let him do. Coming in, playing alongside guards like Carlos Dunlap, another guy who's available in free agency that will fit this scheme, and a guy like Sam Hubbard from Ohio State as well. So they had a nice little rotation going on there. Carl Lawson is that dude. I'm here to tell you, man. He's an edge terror. All right? Let's get it.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. Carl Lawson is a very balanced rusher. Now, he's one of these guys that can definitely give you the physicality portion of it. He can also work the finesse portion of it as well. He's got a pretty good move set, and he understands when to go to those move set, and he's balancing the fact that he's equally as good against the run. Look at this right here. Give me that. Like, come on, baby. That's a straight prison rep. He was looking at Alex Smith like my man from back in the day was like, I like you and I want you. And we can do this the easy way or the hard way, right? Look at this, giving him half a man. Look at the first step right there. First step quickness is on point. That 6'2" to me sometimes helps people. You're talking about the leverage game. Look, there was no hand fighting at the beginning. Look, the move set, he's way deep into the set right here as far as the kick step phase for the lineman. Gets to give him half a man, but he gives him the long arm, right? He gives him the stiffy, hitting with the stiffy right there, driving with one arm. This guy is put together like you wouldn't believe. One of the strongest linebackers you'll ever see, or edge players. And look at that. Switches from one to a bull rush and then gets up under him. That's that leverage game right there. That's a hell of a rush right there. One more time. Look at that. Unable to sink those mud hooks in the offensive lineman. He tried to anchor down. Look at that. Who's that? Moses? Moses tried to anchor down, but you look at one arm pushing this guy, driving Miss Daisy is what I call it. Look at that. Drove Miss Daisy all the way to the quarterback. Look at that. I like you and I want you. Same move. This time going against big Jason Peters, right? Now this is elder abuse. Oh, come on, man. And people see why my boy Carson Wentz was struggling last year. He got old man Jason Peters blocking for him and a bunch of Jags outside of Lane Johnson, of course. But check this out right here. Same kind of deal. Keeping that low pad level. Sick off the blocks. Look at that. Straight prison rep. Gets that inside hand into Jason Peters. That's the way to elongate yourself if you're not as lengthy as a guy who's a few inches taller than you right there. So think about that right there. Fight the other arm. Fighting that arm right there. Continue to drive with that inside arm. Look at him controlling Jason Peters' big 495-pound ass with one arm. Look at that. Jason Peters, he drove Miss Daisy. He had to just turn around and just give it up. You know what I'm saying? I've said this before. You don't give up your back on the football field. You don't give up your back in MMA, and you definitely don't give up your back in prison. A straight prison rep. Carson Wentz liked him and he wanted him. Down goes Wentz. Look at him squeeze down the line of scrimmage here and make this solo tackle. This is Robert Saleh football here. Oh, look at this. Squeezing down the line of scrimmage, staying parallel, understanding that you'll have help out on the edges, but you can see him battling big Jason Peters here. Going to get up under him. Look at that. Now it's a two-way go. You give yourself an even exchange situation right here. You can go to either side of Jason Peters. Corey Clement bends it back inside, runs right into dang Carl Lawson right here, who wraps him up for a solo tackle. Come on, coming from the edge, getting all the way down near to the A-gap, tackling somebody. I'm telling you, man, y'all sleeping on Carl Lawson because he's not a big household name. But as far as ability goes, Carl Lawson is that dude. Heavy personnel package from this Washington football team here. You can see him really get after the tight end there, disengage. And that's it right there. Who's that? Logan Thomas. He didn't stand a chance. You're trying to block this guy because he's playing on the close side of the formation with tight ends. Good luck. Look at that. It's too easy. He's just too strong. Look at the leg drive there. Continuing to drive Miss Daisy. Drives him back, but keeps himself in an even balanced situations to where he has a two-way go as a defensive player, meaning he's two-gapping, disengages, meets the ball carrier. That's hard right there. All right, here we go again. This time going against Moses. Ooh, quickly disengages, goes down the line of scrimmage. I love that. No time to play around. Look at his crouching tiger stance here. That's a straight sprinter stance. Most of the people you'll see here that have the foot forward a little bit, you'll see the wider base. Look how close his base is. He's going to get off with some serious explosion. Explodes, works himself into a 50-50 situation, right? Balance, disengages, goes down the line of scrimmage. Doesn't have time to be tied up on blocks. Never hung up on the block like an old head. See the jet sweep right here. Going to try to widen the edge, which would be your boy right here, Carl Lawson, but his football intelligence and his quickness and the ability to break down in space. Sorry. Nope. Not happening. Look at that. That's dope. In space, grabbing a receiver in space like that, that's just being able to recognize something, right? You get your check off right there from the tight end, inside of him. Now you're in a conflict of deployment type situation right here because you're gone with a guy that's going to be a better athlete than you in space. But nope, Not a better athlete than Carl Lawson. That's hard. I checked this one out right here. I talked about and showed the power and the prison reps. Now look at the finesse. Oh, inside approach on Alejandro Villanueva. Look at that. Hitting with the crossover dribble like AI. Look at that. He even got the hand up with the shit. Like, come on. We ain't seen somebody do that since my boy Stephon Starbury. Look at that. Alejandro couldn't even get a hand on him. Look at that. Gave him a cold shoulder. And then worked through the guard or whomever is helping right there. Come on, man. Carl Lawson going to get a bigger role, be able to show exactly what he's made out of, and I think he's going to be a success with the New York Jets. I do think he's a complimentary piece, meaning I'm not sure if he can be one of these explosive guys that could get you 15 sacks in a season. I believe he had 8 sacks, though, his rookie year, and I don't think he even started a game that year. They already had their starters, but he would come in money down situations. So maybe he could do that. He's coming into the prime of his life and definitely in his career. 27 years old, I believe. So maybe that would be the case, but I would like to see them go and get somebody else. And you still have some holes to plug there if you're trying to get it like the San Francisco 49ers of the East there. So nice long base end guy like a Greg Rousseau from Miami. I think he would fit. He could play the inside out, kind of like an Eric Armstead and some other guys. We'll talk about it at another time, though. But let me know what you think about your boy Carl Lawson. Make sure you support quality content from your boy Top Billin here. Make sure you tell a friend to subscribe. And I am out. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.